Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of SouthernFriedTech. Let me start off by apologizing that I missed last week's video. It's been one heck of a video. One heck of a week at work. But on the plus side is I posted on the Facebook page. It ended up being a really good week. Um, I ended up with a couple of different projects that I was not planning to do. Originally last week I was planning to do an unboxing, like a mini review on this thing. I uh, I managed to get my hands on a free Google Nest, which is it's pretty cool. I'm not really big on like assistants, but yeah, I'm not gonna argue with free, right? So I figured this would make a cool video, but gotta thank FedEx that it show up on time. And as I was waiting on that, I got home from work one of these days, and there was a box waiting for me for some free electronics, and it was just a mixture of cables, chargers, usual fun stuff. Nothing too interesting. And then I saw a second box, and when I opened it, I found three computers. This one being one of them, the other two being, let me get them for you. The Sony Vaio right here. Like in pretty good shape, but I don't have a charger for it. But so just a quick inside view at the inside, and then an Acer, which I'm not sure where I put it, and the Acer for sure doesn't work. But I was really excited for this one. As I've said in the past, I'm not an Apple guy per se, but I've seen these on eBay before, and honestly, this design looks pretty cool. So, you got the modern keyboard from the newer MacBook Pros, but you have the screen which looks like from like 2006 to maybe 2008. So, this is a mid 2010 from my understanding. So, we can go to About This Mac and find out. Correct. So this is a 17-inch mid 2010, and I know on camera the screen doesn't look that good, but I'm gonna be very honest. In person, this screen is beautiful. It's really sharp. It's at 1920 by 1080. Sorry, 1920 by 1200. It's an NVIDIA GeForce GT 330M, 512 megabytes, and it does switch. So there is an integrated chipset Intel driver. Graphics driver on here. But when you do anything that's more graphic intensive, then it'll swap over to the NVIDIA. Let's see. It's got the 2.53 gigahertz Intel Core i5, which believe I will get back to you guys with the name, or I'll add a text box here. I forget what this processor is called. It's got 4 gigs of 1067 megahertz DDR3 RAM. So, I'm now that I've played with this for like a day since because just getting the OS installed on here was kind of a pain. I'm planning to maybe keep this device. I was at first kind of thinking, maybe I'll sell it off, but honestly, I've really enjoyed it. Especially the screen. I have this updated to the latest Mac OS, which you can run on here, which is 10.11.6. So El Capitan works pretty well. It's got a 500 gig Toshiba hard drive. Let's see if it'll pop up. We'll be planning to swap that over to an SSD, but I'm thinking if I use this to replace my current laptop, then I gotta chunk in a bigger SSD into this thing, but it is a contender to replace my my aging MacBook. And here's the funny thing: if you guys have been watching my channel for a bit, you know that I made a quick video a few weeks ago about how to troubleshoot a bad motherboard on a MacBook Pro on the Retina 2015. So here's a little backstory. I managed to get my hands on a motherboard, I believe Wednesday or Thursday. Kind of low price, and I'll get a I'll get some cash back once I send back the old motherboard so they can repair it for future repairs, which is cool. The day after I ordered that motherboard, I got this. So it's kind of 50-50 where I go there. We'll go with this. Maybe I'll keep both. I'll sell one. But I kind of want to keep this one just because of the display. Again, in person, it's just an incredible display. Right now, it's the full brightness. You know, just like Mac, I can go all the way down. Over here on the front, we have our little integrated camera. You know, for FaceTime and whatnot. I believe Apple calls it the yeah, that's what it is, EyeSight camera. Down here we have this really awesome keyboard, and it is backlit. You know, so let's see. There it is, all the way turned off, all the way on. On the newer MacBooks, like, because I believe they don't make 17 inches anymore. Actually, that is correct. They don't. You can get the 13 or the 15. They do have the ALS, or the auto light sensor, ambient light sensor here on the speaker grill. This one actually has it on top. So as you can tell, the keyboard backlight is on, right? But it shouldn't be. So if I tilt this up so it'll catch some light, it'll turn off. So that's kind of a drawback on this. It does use up more battery, but what can you do? Speaking of battery life, from what I've sort of read online about these, the out of the box you would have gotten about 8 to 9 hours. So far, just leaving it on, I've gotten about 3 or 4. If I start YouTubing on here or gaming, and as far as gaming is concerned, I mean, I've only played Bloons Tower Defense. I got roughly about 3 hours before it started telling me, hey, you know, you're out of battery juice. So, you know, can't really complain on that front. This is a big guy, and it's pretty heavy, so more than likely if you have one of these, you know, you'll want to keep this on the desk. It does have the really cool touchpad, so, you know, I think it's the multi-gesture. Let's see, let's open up settings real quick. Trackpad. Yeah, so we have the lookup and data detector with the 3. Let's see what that does. I guess that you have to open an app on that, or that doesn't do anything. Okay, well, the secondary click, I mean, like, you know, you don't have physical buttons in the whole Apple joke, you know, no right button, no big deal. You click with two fingers, and then you get your right menu as you would in Windows. And as always, if this is a hassle or whatnot, you know, you just get you an external mouse, and it you know, this is designed for Windows, but it still works. The cheapo Walgreens mouse here, there. Yeah, so that's always an option if you don't want to do the whole 2-finger thing. Ports wise, we generous amount of ports on this thing. This is before everybody started going, you know, less ports. So let's unplug it here for a second. There you go. Sorry, quick little jump cut there. So over here on the side we have our MagSafe 1 port. We have our Ethernet, which is pretty, you don't see that on the new ones anymore. You have a mini display port. Sorry. This is mini display. This is Firewire. I believe it's a Firewire 800. 3 USB, 2 ports. You have your headphone jack and your microphone jack, or sorry, line in. And this, I'm actually not sure what it is. I looked up. I found a website where you should get my Apple specs, and I don't recall seeing something about this, but I think we can assume it's probably like maybe PCM-CIA or something, perhaps. But anyway, and then you got your battery life indicator right here. This is pretty cool. Yeah, I wish all computers still did this for you, but it's pretty dim. But it's, yeah, you get the first 3 on, which sounds about right. It does have about 30%. Over here on the front, We have our LED indicator. This, maybe it's infrared. I'm not 100% sure. And over here on the right side, you have your Kensington lock, you know, to keep your massive toy here safe, and your DVD-ROM drive, combo drive. Over here in the back, you know, don't have anything. And this is what I'm saying with the newer models. So let me get the 15-inch real quick. Sorry, I believe I said 15-inch. I meant 13. So this is the 13-inch Retina, and you can see they have that same design. Keyboard looks the same, but you have the glossy screen. And even on the like 2009 models up to like 2013, you did have the MacBook Pro here on the front. So it's a lot of design. This is why I'm saying this one's a little funky, just because of that whole different display. I have read that you can get a glossy display on this thing, but apparently this is the $50 option. Oh, that's not good. I mean, we can fix that with some super glue. That's not a big deal. Oh, that's disintegrated. Yeah, I'll fix that with some super glue in a bit. Okay. That is some, and I don't know if you saw that. The screen was already on. That is something that I've kind of noticed with this machine. I haven't really had time to like take a deep look into it, troubleshoot it, and cleaned it up. So I'll be saving that for see if I make a quick video of opening it up, checking the insides. I've noticed that you close the lid on it, and sometimes it doesn't go to sleep. It'll stay awake. So I don't know if that might be an issue with the magnet on the inside, or maybe software related. I used to work on these professionally, but I'm not the biggest Apple guy out there. So what can you do on a system this old? So, you know, surprisingly, I mean, like I said, it's running El Capitan, which is a few years old now. But you could still go online. I've been using it for Facebook, checking eBay and whatnot. You know, you tell shopping for tires and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, we can go to YouTube and I'll look up one of my videos here. And let's see if it loads. This does have BG and N Wi-Fi, so it should be compatible with your modern routers and whatnot. Speaker wise, it's pretty good.
Including this thing. You're not smart. You're not a
They're pretty
scientist.
loud.
You're not a doctor. You're not even a full-time employee.
You can't go full screen. If you do go HD, then yeah, it'll start getting a little choppy. But for example, right here, it's playing. Oh, actually, it is 1080p, but maybe it was just a one-time glitch. But I tried it earlier on another video, and yeah, it just completely locked up on me. And this is one that integrated NVIDIA chip comes in. Like, so right now that it is pushing HD video, I can feel it's already getting warm. That may be why it's working right now. So earlier, like I said, I was trying out Bloons Tower Defense, the Adventure Time one, and I had this hooked up to a USB fan. Worked fine. That might be why. That actually may be why it's working fine. But I'm sure if we leave this on for a few minutes, it might die on me. But yeah, I mean, this is still pretty fine for YouTubing. I do have Microsoft Word on here, but it's older, so I can't activate it anymore. I'll have to update it, or I can use Apple's own Keynote, not Keynote, well, the iWork suite, you know. But yeah, I mean, this is still a pretty functional computer. You got your FaceTime, you got messages. So for me, for example, I use an Android phone, you know, sue me, but I still have friends and family that might be on an iPhone, or they might have a MacBook. So this makes it really easy to communicate with them. You got your iTunes. Personal preference, I have Firefox, but Safari is still pretty functional on this thing. One cool piece of tech, or one cool piece of software that I've never managed to use, is actually iMovie right here. Now this does run on here. You got to go through a couple of hoops just because the Apple App Store, or Mac Store, sorry, won't let you download it straight to this. You do need the newer Mac 1015, but you know, if you want to make your quick little video project, and I might actually edit this video on here just to see how it works. But yeah, I mean, you get some of those cool Apple things, and then you also get GarageBand. I've used it once, I think. I didn't really understand it, but I'm sure somebody out there that does understand it, I mean, this might be perfect for them. As far as with the Office, I get like Microsoft Messenger, but not a big thing. Cool one, who didn't go to the Apple Store and take pictures on the iMacs, a photo booth. I do have Steam on here. Like I said, I tried some gaming on here, and then a couple other games gave me the option to stream from my desktop, but I have that off at the moment, so I can't really get too far into that. But yeah, anyway, this is my latest cool little fun project. Hopefully I can get some good deals on some parts on this, and I will make a video to how to open this thing up, because the fact that it's getting this warm tells me that maybe the thermal paste on the inside maybe it's gone bad, or maybe it's just not good, and I'd rather take care of that problem before I end up burning this out. Early 2000s, maybe some of you are familiar with HP having a whole thing with, well, I remember HP being one of the bigger ones, but Apple didn't get away from it either. They had an issue with NVIDIA chips where it was either too much thermal paste or not enough, and it would burn out the chip. So, the fact that this has, and I know Apple, I believe the whole thing was ATI chips, but I mean, that's beside the point. It's still within the time range for this thing to just die, and I'd rather not kill it. It's already bad enough trying to find a motherboard for the Retina. It's a more modern system. I don't want to take the risk on having to find a board on this, which I'm under the assumption that this is all original. But anyway, yeah, just wanted to share this fun little project with you, and I have more information on this guy. And hopefully by later today, as I'm filming this, I should have my motherboard for my Retina Mac. So I'll make a quick video on how to install that sucker in there, and we'll take a look at this guy. As always, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a dislike if you didn't like something. Subscribe and share, and thank you for watching.